Now we'll see how to use string comparison functions in our program. For string comparison also, I'll copy some of the code into the new program to reduce time. I'll write string comparison strcmp strncmp the other two functions will be stricmp and strnicmp. In this, we may use to upper, to lower, is upper. If possible, we'll use these functions also. And is lower. We'll see what are the functions which we required. We want to compare two strings s1 comma s2, and also I want to have comparison చేసినప్పుడు ఏమొస్తుంది అనుకున్నాం, we thought it will be integer value, zero value or non-zero values. For that I will declare variables. ఎలా డిక్లేర్ చేసుకున్నాం, కంపారిజన్ కి cmp is one value and cmp is the value for we will use cmp for return value of strcmp and cmp is for returning value of ncmp and icmp for icmp for comparison of icmp and nicmp. These are the variables which I want to declare to get the return value of the comparison functions. So first I'll read the two strings. So once I read the two strings, what we are supposed to do, cmp is equal to strcmp of s1 comma s2. So whatever the value of s1 and s2, it compares character by character and returns the value of strcmp. What is the next thing I am scoping? ncmp is equal to strncmp. I want to compare the strings of s1 comma s2, but I want to compare the first 5 strings only, first 5 characters only. I don't want to compare all the characters of s1 and s2. I want to compare only first 5 characters. And if I write icmp is stricmp. I want to ignore the case, but I want to compare all the strings of s1 comma s2. And nicmp is equal to strnicmp of s1 comma s2. So these are the 4 functions which I want to use. First one is strcmp, second one is strncmp, third one is stricmp, and the fourth one is strnicmp. So before doing all these comparisons, what I'll do is I'll copy the string, I'll print the strings. What are the strings I have? Just I'll copy the strings. I'll print, sorry, I'll not copy. I'll just print the strings. Printing the string of s1 and what is the string of s2. Now after this, I'll print printf /n the value of strcmp of s1 comma s2 is percentage d. I'll write cmp. So after this, after printing the value of what is the comparison I వచ్చిన value ఏదైతే ఉందో that I want to print, because I've stored it in cmp, I'll print the value of cmp. So after this, I'll calculate strncmp. Here I'll write ncmp, whereas I've given 5 characters here. Next one, I'll write stricmp. When it is stricmp, I want to print icmp, and then I want to compare strnicmp, means I want to compare 5 characters ignoring the case, and for that nicmp, because it is n is there, I want to copy 5. So this I want to save it as string -cmp ncmp icmp nicmp. We should not give such a long name, but for understanding purpose I am giving like this. Okay, now I need to read the strings. 2 strings read chesi one by one check cheyali. One by one check cheyali ante ganaka ఇదేంటి రావాలి, ఫస్ట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు కంపేర్ 2 strings కంపేర్ చేసి 2 ఈక్వల్ అయితే కనుక డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఆఫ్ s1 and s2 will check. Okay, I'll save the program, compile and execute. First we'll give both the strings as same, string s1 and string s2. Both the strings we'll give it as welcome. So s1 is welcome, s2 is s1. When I compare s1 and s2, because both the strings are equal including all the characters, I have got 0 because both the strings are equal. And then I have said string ncmp, I want to compare 5 characters. What are the 5 characters? wlco is the 5 characters which are same, because of that we got 0. strnicmp, we got it as 0 because it ignores the case whether it is. So to see that difference, instead of giving same strings, we'll give differently. Let us say I'll give welcome and I'll give like this. So we'll say M here. So what it is meaning, I'm changing 6th character. If I compare both the strings, because these 2 strings, that is if I use strcmp, I compare all the strings. When I compare all the strings, because at this position this is not equal, so I should not get 0 here for cmp. ncmp means I want to compare 5 characters. 5 characters and wlco, 5 characters, because both are same, I should get 0 here. To change that also, we'll say COME. Let us say this is also will get non-zero value because total string is not equal and first 5 characters are also not equal. We should get both of these things are non-zero values. And ICMP is ICMP ante it ignores the case. ICMP means it compares both the strings, but it ignores the cases. Whether it is uppercase or lowercase, ignores the case and it will compare. Here we should get 0. And similarly, NICMP, even the first 5 characters are compared, ignoring the case, even last 2 cases I should get 0 values. We'll see. strcmp, we are getting non-zero values because these 2 strings are not equal. If it is equal, we'll get 0 because it is not equal. M space O space it is not equal, so we will get non-zero values. Similarly, strncmp also, comparing the first 5 characters. First 5 characters is wlco and all are small in first case, and the second string wlco, whereas last character is capital letter. That's where these 2 strings are also not equal. That's where we get non-zero value. If I consider the stricmp, I take both the strings and I ignore the cases. I'll convert either to uppercase or lowercase and then I'll compare. In that case, both the strings are equal. That is why I get 0 if I use stricmp. Similarly, if I use strnicmp, first 5 characters I don't want to consider the case. Though it is capital O and small o, it ignores the case and we get that both the strings are equal. This is how we can use the string functions and string comparison, string n comparison, string I comparison, and string ni comparison. So ni comparison, suppose I want to use, though it is we'll see the other two upper, two lower in the next example. So how it internally does it? str CMP and str ni CMP. What is the difference means? So it takes all the characters, it converts either to uppercase or lowercase of the total string of S1 and S2, both the strings. It converts both the strings into either uppercase or lowercase. Then only this stricmp and strcmp will get the same result. stricmp and strcmp difference is stricmp converts both the strings either uppercase or lowercase, and then it starts comparing. That is why we are getting ICMP means it ignores the case. Internally, it converts either to uppercase or to lowercase. We'll see how to convert to uppercase and lowercase in the next example.